Hello teachers, we are the team number 6 and we are going to present our integrative project. My name is Armando Rios Name.
My name is Alexis Enriquez.
My name is Uriel Saracho.
My name is José Luis Mijares.
And we're going to explain you the function of the machine.
Why do we choose this project? Well, in order to help the society, this is a very useful device that regulates the entrance of the people and moderate the infection of this one. The infection of SARS-CoV-2 life-threatening. However, there are ways to moderate the infection, as very short surveys, the measurement of the body with sensors such as temperature sensors, and finally with security protocols, the spreading of the virus could moderate. And that's why we choose this project, because these times are difficult and we need to take care of the people that is around us.
Well, now I'm going to talk about the mechanism of our health dispenser. Well, we decided to use racks and pinions as a way to move it. I'm going to explain you first what is a rack and pinions and how it works. Well, these ones are used to convert or change rotation movement into a linear motion. We make it in a vertical way, and this is a video of how it works, as you can see. And in the right, we can see the gears and the pinion that are printed in 3D. Well, now I'm going to talk about the mechanism calculus. First, to make the mechanism work, we needed to move it 20 millimeters or 2 centimeters, and the total teeth of the gear are 22 teeth. And here we made the calculus of the distance between the teeth, and is that 16.36 millimeters. And to make the model, we used a formula that says that the distance between the teeth under P, that is 5.208 millimeters. And to make the perimetric diameter, we have to multiply the module per the teeth that are 22, and it's 114.59 millimeters.
Hello teachers, I'm going to explain you the code of the programmation of the screen and the temperature sensor. Okay, here at the beginning we have the libraries that are necessary to run the code. Okay, here we have the connection pins where we say to the Arduino where are those the connections are. Also we have here the code of the colors to avoid putting the hexadecimal code on each one. Okay, here we have the declaration of the ports, and here in the beginning, here start the serial. Then we need to start the temperature sensor. Then we have to start the screen. Then when the screen is on, we put the LCD background in color black. Okay, then we have to establish the position of the screen, that is in this case vertical, and then with this we put the position of the cursor, that is where the text is going to be. Then we put the size of the text and then the color, and at the end we have to put what we want that the LCD says. Okay, this process repeat here in different things that we put on the screen. Also here we have a photo of how is the screen when it's turned on. Okay, and to read the temperature sensor, we need to declare here the values, and And here we have the time that in which the sensor is reading. Here also have that the screen have to put in the screen the the temperature value. Okay, and here we have a conditional where if the sensor value is greater than 37.5, it will do the following action. It's going to give us the temperature but in color red, because in this case it's a warning. So when the temperature is above of the 37.5 dots, the the screen is going to give us the text in red, and also the buzzer is going to turn on, like as here says. And this is basically everything. Hello, I'm going to explain you the code of the gel dispenser. Okay, here at the beginning we have to include the servo libraries, that is the only one that we are going to use. Then we need to define the pins of the sensor and the servo. Then here we declare the pin of the sensor as an input pin, and the servo pin as output pin. Okay, here we have to define the value of the temperature, and if the value of the temperature is 1, then the servo motor is going to turn 20 degrees. And if the value of the sensor, that is when is 0, nothing is going to happen.
Well, now I will explain the second part of the code that controls the water pump. So basically it is made with a peer sensor. So as you can see here in the code, we make the signal from the peer sensor is in the pin 11 on the Arduino, and then also we have to put an output to activate a relay that will be the pin number 6. So here in the code there is a 4. That 4 is to calibrate the peer sensor so it can work well. Now after that we read the value of the peer sensor, how much voltage it is giving to the Arduino. So that's why we connect it to an analog pin. And after that, if the value of the sensor is more than 600, then it will activate the relay, and then after 2 seconds the relay will deactivate. So when the relay activates, the water pump activates, and in the cabin you will get the sanitizer from above you, and then after 2 seconds that you got sanitized, the relay turns off and the water pump turn off, and that's the end of the process.
Why we are using the materials and components? Well, starting with the structure, we decided to use Coroplast as walls and roof because we think that it's a material that is easy to work with and it's look better than other things. We decided to use the water pump because it has the specification and the stats that we need, that PSI, voltage, torque, quantity, and other things that are workful for our project. And talking about another components like sensors and that kind of stuffs, we have the MLX90. We decided to use it because it has the it gives us the most approximated results that we need to work with as well. And another thing like the MP3 device or the speakers that are easy to get and they are cheap, and that another kind of stuff that we have already. Well, now I'm gonna talk about the prices of the materials and other stuff that we buy during this project. Well, the most expensive things that we buy was the ya se me fue la onda. Ya lo perdí de la vista. ¿Qué pasó ahí? Otra vez. Well, now I'm going to explain you about prices of the materials and other stuff that we buy during this project. Well, one of the most expensive things that we needed to buy was the water pump that we bought them in Mercado Libre. And another thing that was a little bit expensive was the structure that was made by in homemade. Other thing that we decided to do it homemade or by our own was the printing 3D in 3D. Another stuff that we decided to buy here in the city was like sensors, resistors, LEDs, boosters, in another stuffs that were in fix. Those were not too much expensive. And well, other thing that we needed to buy was the coroplast to make the structure look better, and we bought them here in Avance Durango, and it cost 385 pesos. Yes. In total, the price was 4,249 pesos, and yeah, that was a little bit expensive of our project.
The changes. Firstly, the main idea was to do an arch with spray and lossless, and only with one sensor in the middle of the top of this, as we can see here, to measure the temperature of the people that will throw into this one. The prototype underwent many changes. The most important change was to do the arch will no longer be, and as we can see, it's very long, and then we cut these tubes as we can see in the third photo, and then the location of the sensors also will change. And the size of the cabin is in the middle of the first one. Then we put a roof. The material of the roof is called coroplast, I think. We collocate hose and the noseless in the middle of the tube. Firstly, we think that it was a good idea to put the screen in this tube, as we can see in the first photo. But then we realized that it was a mistake, so we decided to create a print in 3D where it will collocate the models, the screen, the ultrasonic sensor, the speaker, and the buzzer. And these all the changes that suffer the cabin.
One of the most important things is to keep our hands clean. So in order to this, we make this mechanism that give us the antibacterial gel without touching it, like this. Using a proximity sensor is the way that we do it.
Okay, now I will explain you the function of this box. Right here you can see this little sensor. This sensor is measuring the temperature. So once you get near the box, this another sensor detects you, and once you are in front of the box, for example, if I put my hand,
please place your forehead in front of the sensor located on the top of the black box. If your temperature exceeds 37.5 degrees Celsius, you will hear a beeping that will deny your access to the cabin. If your temperature is on the normal range, you will be able to access. Once inside, the sprinklers will be activated. You must raise your arms. Once the process is finished, you can exit from the other side of the cabin.
as you can see, it gives you the instructions of how to use it. And also, if you have more than 37.5 degrees Celsius, an alarm will turn on, as you can see here. So like it is more than 37.5, the alarms goes off and you can pass through the cabin.
Finally, when we make sure that the temperature is in the correct range, we are able to enter to the cabin. Now I'm going to explain you the mechanism of this. This is a peer sensor that when it detects someone, it will turn on the bomb that is above us, and it's going to sanitize us with these sprinkles that are here. Now I'm gonna give a little demonstration of how it works.